Hey folks, this is Matt once again coming at you with Leprechaun 3 from 1995. Leprechaun coming in my mouth 3 times now. And right off the bat, I know that by the time this is being done, I uploaded at least the first two reviews of the first two Leprechauns, which of course I was not a fan of. People were nice about it, but surprisingly enough, there's actually a lot of fans of Leprechaun films. And more power to you if you're a fan. That's cool. Uh, just not my cup of tea. And I know Billy, well, no shit. Yeah, I know, but I hate these films. But I said I would review them way back when people voted. It was funny. I think I got more people who commented that liked the films than ones who dislike it. So I'm like, so where are all the people who voted for me to watch these films? Because you know I hate these films. You knew they were going to be rants. Where did they go? It's like the only people commenting, well, not the only, but most of them is people who enjoy the films and like, wow, I'm pretty much telling those people, hey, those films you like? I hate them. But thanks for being at least nice to me about it. It's very kind of you. Yeah, it's cool if you like these films. I don't. For me, this is the worst horror film franchise. I know people say Puppet Master, but at least I can watch Puppet Master 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't watch those more than these. I didn't watch uh, Amityville. At least the first Amityville horror is, I think, a classic. I think it's a good film. Um, Saw, at least, maybe you could say the first two Saw films, or at least the first Saw film is good. I don't think there's not a single good Leprechaun film. I know I'm beating that to the ground. But again, I know there's a lot of people who like it, or it's nostalgia, or they just like the humor. I just don't think these films are funny, let alone scary. And I think Warwick Davis is annoying as shit with his constant crappy ass nursery rhymes, or just rhyming. And me gold, and just the voice and the mannerisms and the shtick that he has going on. It's annoying. That's just my point of view. And Leprechaun Out 3, I just read you fucking movies. Okay. I say I go quick, and it's already 2 minutes in. I'm not even into the movie. So I'm just wanted to point out, if you like the films, that's cool. I'm not going to downplay people who like the films. That's not right of me to do. I'm going to be honest. And I can't. This is weird. This is directed by a guy named Brian Trenchard Smith. This in part 4 when he's in space. And Brian Trenchard Smith, this is a guy that like Quentin Tarantino talks highly of. Probably not because of these films, because this guy directed in Australia stuff like The Man from Hong Kong, Stunt Rock, Turkey Shoot, BMX Bandits, Dead End Drive-In. I guess he did Night of the Demons too. He also did these movies, Leprechaun 3 and 4. So it was weird. Like the guy that Quentin Tarantino was talking great on directed shit like Leprechaun 3. Where this time he's in Vegas. Baby, Vegas, baby, Vegas. Great, he's in fucking Vegas. And like the other ones, this has nothing to do with the first one. It has nothing to do with the second film. Because in the first film, he fell into a goddamn well after getting Lucky Charm, motherfucker, clover in his mouth, melting, and then burned up. In part two, they killed his ass by an iron rod inside him, and he blew up. And here has nothing to do with the previous films because now, like I said, takes place in Vegas, and this guy with a one arm, one leg, and one eye goes to a fucking pawn shop, and now the leprechaun is a fucking statue with a goddamn necklace around his neck. So it's like, again, they just keep changing every fucking rule. Now he's made of stone with the well, he's stone with a fucking medallion around his neck, and if you take it off, then he comes alive. So they don't even they're just making shit up. People got pissed when they did it in Elm Street 2, but I think they did it better than any of these fucking movies. Uh, And that's what I'm talking about, the humor part. Like, oh, this guy, we're gonna make a joke on how this guy is lucky, so let's give him one arm, one leg, and one eye in case you don't get the joke. And he says, "This is my lucky charm," and the Indian guy goes, "Yeah, I can see that." So of course sells it. Guy picks it up, takes off the medallion. Leprechaun's alive, bites his ear, and he says fucking lines like, "I like Indian food, so spicy." I don't even know what to say about that fucking line. I don't even know what to say. People think that's funny. That's fine. I don't. I'd rather watch Child's Play 1 through 3 than any of these Leprechaun films. I'd rather watch Puppet Master films 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 than these films. I'd rather watch Choppy Mall. I'd rather watch Stephen T's Graveyard Shift and Night of the Comet and hundreds more. I just I don't. I still will never. I will never understand. And when I say that in comments and videos that I don't understand, that's not me trying to slight someone's opinion. I'm just putting that out there. It's just sort of head scratching. Like, what is it about this film? I mean, people like the humor. They like Warrior Davis. Okay, we agree to disagree on that. I watch these films. I just go into my fucking mind. That really talk about other shit than this shit. Okay, so after saying this shitty line, he bites the guy's toe as well. And then we get to our lead characters. One's a guy who's going to California and picks up this girl whose car was fucked up and takes her to her job, and she works as at a casino as an assistant to this asshole magician. And like for 20, 30 minutes, it's the guy taking the girl there. He's underage, but he talks his way to for her to let him into the casino. He gets his tuition. He cashes it, loses all his money. You have Caroline Williams, Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in here, and it's really sad because she works at the casino at one of the tables. Talks about how she wants to be pretty, but she's also a bitch in this and has a little bit of an accent. And I'm like, God damn. I enjoy her in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and these are the jobs she has to get. Fucking Leprechaun 3 and Hatchet 3. She did better in Hatchet 3 and they had to kill her off. And then, of course, she dies here, but she's a bitchy character. Unlikable character, and meant to be, so. And while this is going on, the Indian guy has trapped the leprechaun and is watching a fucking CD about this cartoon leprechaun and telling all the rules because apparently he just happens to have a CD that tells all the rules of a leprechaun that just happens to be correct and not bullshit. And apparently these gold coins now they give you wishes, so they add that shit into it. They give you wishes. It's like, I swear to God, this reminded me of fucking Wishmaster 2. But Wishmaster 2 is better. It's not a great movie, but it's better than this because it's in Vegas and dealing with wishes and a frenzy and casino near the end. And Leprechaun is saying lines like, "I'll give you the finger," and puts his finger to the guy's gun and boom. Uh, and ultimately, strangles the Indian guy. And the lead guy loses tuition, so he goes to the pawn shop. That's what's going on. Goes in. Oh my God, the guy's dead. And then sees the coin and looks at it, and the fucking computer's playing, and just happens to say, "If you wish." And he goes, "Oh man, I wish I was back there and on a winning streak." Right before Leprechaun kills him, he teleports there. What's funny is that he saw a dead guy, but that doesn't really bother him too much because hey, I wanted all this money. And tells the girl later, oh, by the way, I saw a dead guy, but I want all this money. And I'm like, yeah, you're really nonchalant. I'm finding the fucking dead guy. Great. Fucking fantastic. Thank you for being nonchalant. I'm finding a fucking dead guy. But as long as you're getting your money back, ooh. So nonchalant, which is... So he gets on his winning streak. Leprechaun's looking for it. You have scenes like, for example, a limo goes up beside him. A guy dressed up as Elvis, an Elvis impersonator. And then Leprechaun starts doing Elvis shit, talking like him, doing Elvis moves. Fucking great. You see my face? It's called a happy face. This is Steven Seagal's happy face. Caroline Williams gets his magician guy. Just she knows something up. Just the guy won all his winnings. Something's up with the coin. Gets the magician guy to steal the lead guy's coin. Lead guy's what's going on. Leprechaun comes in, bites him in the blood of the leprechaun. Because he stabs the leprechaun. Leprechaun gets stabbed in the eye, and almost all of these movies. Jennifer Aniston hits him in the eye. Um, and this one he just hit in the eye. These other ones where one of the Hood films, a woman takes a fucking hedge clipper and puts it in the eye. Like almost every one of these movies, he gets it in the eye. It's like they have to keep doing the same fucking gag, the eye gag, in each of these fucking movies for some reason. But because the blood gets into him, he like kicks the leprechaun out the window. The blood's inside the guy, so now the guy is becoming a leprechaun himself. Okay, that's maybe that's like the only interesting idea. That okay, a human is becoming a leprechaun. He's trying to fight it, but they don't really do anything with it, so it's all for bullshit anyway. But I'm like, okay, that's something a little bit different, but they do nothing with it. And the guy, apparently leprechauns love potatoes, so the guy gets potato heavy, and his face starts changing. He starts rhyming, and I hate these fucking rhymes. I hate them to death. I hate them to the fucking doorway of death. Uh, the coin keeps changing hands. The boss of the casino gets the coin, wishes for the woman, gets it. Then Caroline Williams steals it, and the woman's like, "What the fuck you have me here for? You're an asshole," and leaves. You have these two dumbasses who keep popping up. They have this fucking conversation about one guy, his fucking boxers are crawling up his butt. And he's like, I want to be loose. I want him to be comfortable. Are we seriously with these two guys talking about underwear and whether their dick is hanging? That's what we're seriously talking about with these two assholes. But it's supposed to be funny. But then the leprechaun goes for that boss guy, sees this woman on TV. He's very nonchalant that the fucking woman actually comes out of the fucking TV and starts kissing him. I guess he thinks that's fucking normal because he goes with it. And then Leprechaun's on the TV doing jokes. Like now he's a lawyer, now he's a psychic. And then the guy's like, hey, what? And then the girl's a fucking robot, and the guy gets fried. And then Leprechaun beats up those two assholes I was talking about before. Caroline Williams wishes that she was pretty, and then she's pretty. But then the coin gets stolen by the magician. Leprechaun sees Caroline Williams, and a really sad effect and sad scene because I like Caroline Williams as an actress. But this was a shitty movie and a shitty role that she had. He makes so her lips get bigger, her boobs get bigger, her ass gets bigger, and she blows up. But when she blows up, I swear to God, I saw more fucking sand than blood. I swear she blows up. I saw... It's like if my fucking door blew up. I see more wood and sand than fucking blood. Brian Trenchard Smith, I would figure... I've heard shit about Turkey Shoe and other that you know how to blow up people, right? Sounds weird, but still. And it has fucking lines like, "Oh, what a lovely ass. I had to blow up your ass. Blow through my ass. Blow my ass, leprechaun. Leprechaun. Blow my ass and my dick and my titties. Please. Blow it out your ass. Give me a fucking headache. You want to talk about eye days? Go fuck my eyes, then." So, they find some other of the leprechaun's gold, and the lead guy he's turned to a leprechaun. They go to this hospital. The doctors look at him, and they see some little bit decent makeup effects. Taking his blood, his green blood. Leprechaun just walks to a hospital. No one fucking notices him because everyone's an idiot. The lead girl goes to the morgue, finds this guy who's been stabbed. She's been tricked. The leprechaun uh, grabs her, ready to kill her, but then lead guy comes in, and they have a little standoff. Leprechaun leaves because he knows the one of the coins is at the fucking magician. Leprechaun gets his ass tied up, chainsaws through his body because it's one of those, they put in a box and you saw him in half, but he does see a little bit of blood when he reveals. And the ending is like pretty anticlimactic. Pretty much they get in there. Um, the guy and girl tell everybody to get out. Gets a flamethrower because that's what the magician had because he wanted to do an act with a flamethrower. And they try to do this. Oh, is this guy going to fall to be a leprechaun? But they don't really do much with it because it's like 10 seconds, and then the guy says, "Okay, now this time you can kill the leprechaun with fuck up his gold." See, in the first one, it's a 4-leaf clover. And in the second film, it's a rod, iron. It's iron. Here, it's fuck up the gold. So they fuck up the gold. The leprechaun bursts into flames, and they kill the leprechaun. And I'll give credit to these films. Some of them, there's no sequel bait ending. The leprechaun fucker is dead, but they keep turning them out. And that's when he's in space. I said I'd do this quick, and it's 17 fucking minutes. I don't know what can I say about this film that I didn't say for Leprechaun 1 and 2. The humor doesn't work for me. The rhymes doesn't work for me. Warwick Davis' performance, I don't care for his performance. Doesn't work for me. I'll take Brad Dourif's voice in Child's Play. I'll take any number of villains from Jason and Freddy to Pinhead and Candyman and Wishmaster, Andrew Divoff. Wishmaster! That film, Andrew Divoff didn't come back for 3 and 4, which helped to them sucking. But Wishmaster, that's a much better movie than these movies, in my opinion. The characters aren't much, the acting isn't much. I mean, I would say I guess these actors probably did better than in part 2, but the one thing I remember about the lead guy, he's got big ears, as my friend called him, Dumbo ears. And the girl was hot. Caroline Williams, I think, was wasted. Because I liked her in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and then she's doing this shit. The other actors, pretty much like that. Death scenes, cuts the guy in half, but you see a little bit of reveal. I told you the death scenes. Leprechaun shit I don't think it's that funny. The humor, I don't think it's that funny. The acting is not much to run home about. The fact it takes place in Vegas, so what? It didn't really do anything for me that it took place in Vegas. Okay, you have an idea that the guy is turned to a leprechaun, but really just... Okay, they try to do something a little bit different, but I don't know. It's like the other Leprechaun films. They're boring. But I know a lot of people like them, so Oh well. I don't. They do. Nothing wrong with that. I just like the first one, the second film. What more can I say about the Leprechaun films? It's a fucking Leprechaun in Vegas. Or characters that are one way or another. You know, take them or leave them. Plot as you take them and leave them. Jokes that don't work. It's nothing I found funny. It definitely wasn't scary. And some of these early films, even though there's comedic beats in it, at times they try to make it a horror film as well, and that's a clusterfuck. And Leprechaun 2 went to theaters, and this one direct to DVD, and all of them sure went direct to DVD, direct to video, in my opinion. Brian Trenchard Smith, I mean, considering I've heard some good stuff about him from other people, and although I know a friend of mine who the only film he saw that he liked was Turkey Shoot. But then you go to this shit, I mean, welcome to Vegas. The odds are you won't leave alive. Should say you won't leave fucking sane. I keep doing this because I just don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to pinpoint why I hate these fucking movies. It's pretty much me repeating the same shit 3 times now. Other than, shit, there's no Jennifer Aniston for me to look at, and I like Jennifer Aniston, and there's more. And that's when he's in fucking space, and then he's in the hood, and back to the fucking hood. Anyway, it's Leprechaun 3. Stay tuned for Leprechaun 4. Fucking A.